Could you give a quick review of what the IRMAA penalty is and how proper planning can help me avoid it?
So this was enacted in 2004 under the younger George Bush. Basically, what it did is we added Medicare Part D. So that's when we came out with the prescription drug program for Medicare. And so Part B is the Medicare program that you pay monthly for. So if you don't know, once you turn 65 and sign up for Medicare, you actually have to pay for it, right? And so for most Americans, it's $180 a month this year. However, if you make too much income, and it's a 2-year look back, so this is where a lot of people get caught. So in other words, what income you earned at 63 is going to set your Medicare premium at 65. So that $180 I told you it was this year, well, just 4 years ago, Chip, that was only $130, right? So the inflation, they keep pushing this number up fast at about 6% a year. So you have to pay to access Medicare. Now, what happens, Chip, is if you have too much household income, in other words, too much monthly income by definition of the government, and today for a single taxpayer, that's $103,000 in income. So if you earn over that, and double it if you're married, so $206 if you're married, you now have to pay an $80 monthly penalty on top of the $180 to pay to access Medicare. That's the IRMAA penalty. But that's just the first penalty line. There are 5 such penalty lines. And if you're married and you have a large IRA, you saved up, say you got $1 million in your 401k that rolls to an IRA, and you keep deferring it because we were all told, hey, defer, defer, defer. Is that a good deal? Probably not, because you're not only going to pay income tax when you take that out, but now that may push you over that income threshold we just talked about, causing not only you, but your spouse to pay. There's a penalty for B, Medicare Part B, and for Part D. And if you're married, there's 4. So you're both spouses
those withdrawals count as income,
yeah.
So your income just keeps stacking up higher.
So you can end up paying well over $12,000 a year in additional, basically a tax penalty to access Medicare if you don't know how to control your income. So to get to the bottom line, what can you do to proactively plan for it is understand what type of income you're going to have in retirement. There are basically 2 types of income, and they're on 2 types of the tax fence. There's guaranteed income, non-guaranteed income. Guaranteed income for what we're talking about today would be a pension if you're blessed to have one, Social Security, railroad retirement. These are checks that you can reasonably rely on every single month. Then your non-guaranteed incomes, interest, dividends, portfolio withdrawals, etc. But if those are in tax-deferred accounts, those withdrawals are taxable, which creates taxation on the other income, the Social Security income, which if you didn't have it, confused, right? If you had only Roth distributions, so if you did Roth conversions, for instance, over a period of time before you got your income too high to hit the IRMAA penalty, Social Security 1, Social Security 2, and 2 Roth distributions, you would pay no IRMAA penalty no matter how large those distributions were because they do not qualify for IRMAA.
So my withdrawal from a Roth account, I'm not getting taxed on that.
Not Medicare eligible.
And I don't have to count it as income.
Correct.
When figuring it. Oh, my
This
goodness.
is massive. Now, the Roth is just one example. There are multiple ways we can show you how to set yourself up for tax advantage or potentially tax-free income in retirement. But it doesn't happen overnight. You can't walk in and we just snap our fingers and, hey, you're tax-free. Wow. No, it takes planning, and the average client, 6 to 8 years of the tax planning. But, I mean, we regularly save people 6 figures in lifetime taxes, and IRMAA is part of those savings. But you got to act.
Goodness. Well, the takeaway is here, people think retirement planning, okay, and then it's all over when I retire. I just enjoy the money. No, there's so much action on the other side of your retirement to make sure things like this don't happen to you.
Absolutely. It's a
penalty.
lot to figure out.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, if you're looking for more content like this, make sure you check out these videos, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you'll be notified when we publish more content that will help you retire smart. Thanks for watching.